Hey, what is going on YouTube? Aaron here. I'm going to go ahead and start this video a few seconds early. I normally start at the 1 second mark, but a few things I want to talk about in this video. This is more of a rant slash informational one slash whatever you want to call these. So the gameplay, I don't know if I'm going to get dev struck right off the bat or what happened. So regardless of the result of the match, though, we're going to go ahead and play. And one thing I wanted to comment on is this is the fix to the Shards B spawn. We moved like 1.5 kilometers up or back. To me, that's a joke. And what's also a joke is the fact that this ship was released without, like, I don't know if they tested it, but this ship is so incredibly overpowered. It's almost laughable. Now, I've had some people come back and say, well, I've shot at it, and, you know, it sinks. And, of course it sinks. It's a Tier 6. It's a Tier 6 cruiser. But I can't tell you the last time I've been this afraid of seeing a Tier 6 cruiser in the match. Maybe Atlanta? But even then, I don't think Atlanta had this insane amount of It doesn't. The Atlanta does not have this insane amount of HE pen. Like, we penned more shots than we shattered. Just look at that. Plus a fire. So you couple that with fire chance, and you've got a ship that can really harm a lot. You can harm anything. I think it gets 1/4 HE pen, which is 37 millimeters worth of armor penetrated. So if you don't know how that works, it's you take your gun caliber divided by the HE pen. For example, Cleveland has 152s, which can pen it has a 1/6 pen. So 152 divided by 6 is yeah, like 25, 26. So you can barely pen, you know, cruisers at the tier. But this thing is 150s with 1/4 HE pen, so divided by 4, and you get 37.5, I think is the number, worth of pen. So you can pen pretty much every armor except for the decks of some Tier 7 battleships. And, you know, Russian battleships, of course. But on top of that, you couple that HE pen with a 4.4 reload on my DPM build here. And you don't even need the DPM build. I just run it because I don't know. That's just what I run. You really don't need a DPM build to get... It comes stock with a 5-second reload, so is the 4.4 really changing that much? No, but I just like shooting my guns fast, so... that on top of one steering gear modification, and you can create a ship that is hard to hit, has not... You know, it doesn't have great concealment, but it's, you know, it's not like 14. So, you find an island to camp behind, and with the shell arcs, you can pump out... I think the DPM is like 300,000 per minute. I don't know how to do all those calculations, but one of the nerds in the chat down below can tell me. And as you can see, this Ganice now, he hasn't even shot at us because there's teammates around us, but he's been absolutely melted. He's on triple fire now. He was on double fire before, and we're still doing penetrations to his superstructure and deck. It looks like probably superstructure because there's a German battleship, but regardless of that, we're still doing damage to it. Why are you running from your flank while you're in New Orleans? Somebody tried to tell me a New Orleans could beat this thing. LOL. And guys, listen, some of you play the game a lot and you know what you're talking about, but every single player that I know, respect, and has any sort of clue about this game has said this thing is overpowered. I'm sure Johnny Potato, as what's T-Bull says, can get in this thing and make it look like a piece of garbage. But you put a half-decent player with half a brain, as my team utterly implodes around me, in this ship, and you get, you know, you get the most overpowered ship at Tier 6. Yukukaze, Asashio aside, this thing is it. Now, of course, you can still lose games with, you know, teammates getting dev struck and all this garbage that is kind of the matchmaking at the moment. But I mean, what's new? You can lose the game in a Colbert and a Yamato in any of the. Is this AP? No, HE. I kind of want to take an AP broadside. We've been testing it today, and I have been dev struck once, but there's 3 cruisers. Let's just go ahead and kind of YOLO in. Again, the topic of this video is not the game, or the point of this is not the gameplay. It's to showcase and discuss the ship. So does this ship need a nerf? I think so. Is it going to see a nerf? Probably not. It's a premium ship, and Wargaming is very hesitant to touch premium ships. Although I have got it confirmed they can. So for everyone that has told me they can't nerf premiums, you're wrong. You are wrong. I've got it confirmed by the devs, or the CMs. Now that being said, I seriously don't think they're going to, regardless of how well this thing performs. And that's power creep, guys. That's power creep. We've seen it with Legendary tier, we see it with the Ochakov. You know, half of the campaigns at tier 7. That's power creep. You slowly introduce ships that are more and more powerful into the game to get people to buy them. This is a premium ship that they want you to spend money on, and 2, to, you know, add to the flow of the game, I guess. And I don't mind power creep. Power creep is inevitable in games like these, but it's kind of inevitable in every game. But they need to be very careful about what I'm concerned about is the manner at which they do it. Because right now, they didn't, at least in this, you know, ship, I don't think they did it very smart. This ship could have been a tier 7. You give this thing a heal, it could have been a tier 7. We need to kill this Surrey. I'm Surrey. And then we need to kill this Helena. Now, Helena doesn't have torps, but York does. I mean, are my guns made out of paper? We still won that engagement. Unbelievable. He had us dead to rights. We had half health going into that engagement. We still won. York's gonna be. Where's York? What? He's not on radar? He's not on. I need the shot of all time here. Oh, his turret's our turn. This is good. There's the high caliber. He might get one shot that's gonna kill me. It's gonna be frustrating. He got me. He missed. Oh no, he must have. I don't know. He must have splashed around me. But wow, dude, it's perfect example. You can't make this shit up. Oh man. Oh no. Okay. Oh, there's a gigantic lag spike. I hope you guys caught that on the stream there, or on the video and the replay. If we play this just right, we may be able to pull out, we may be able to cheese a victory. He's got his turret turned. He can get one gun off. Nope.
Alle Stationen, brauche Feuerunterstützung.
Good kill.
Der Furchtjäger kehrt zum Schiff zurück. Aufklärung.
Go to C, go to C, go to C, go to C, go to C.
Ich brauche Aufklärung.
You guys can't sit in smoke if you want any chance at winning this game. I'm in a really tough spot. I have no damage to play with. Okay, the Baltimore's coming in.
Alle Stationen, brauche Feuerunterstützung.
I'm giving them a bunch of commands, but they need to run. They can't just sit there and Bravo cap. They either need to go get Charlie cap and distract the P-bag and or kill the P-bag, because the Baltimore can radar and probably kill both of them. But I'm going to try and get behind this island in the meantime. If I can get behind the island and get undetected shooting here. Yep. We're going to finish up the topic at the end of this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below, you know, in the meantime while we try and win this game. This is a Tier 6 carrying a Tier 7 game. That's kind of what's going on here. I mean, just insane that I lived that, so.
Kommen Sie zurück.
Fucking morons. Yeah, it's game. We got him. Okay, he got the Baltimore. I don't know if he should have suicided himself for it, but he got it. Go cap. Oh, fuck. Okay. Can you cap C?
Bereich erobert.
And the problem is if this P-bag comes through B, he will detect it. He may not have any damage cons left. There's a Confederate. Okay, we just need to run right now, actually. Yep, that's what we need to do. Full about face.
An alle, Rückzug.
That guy probably gonna burn out. Yep.
Wir haben ein gegnerisches Schlachtschiff versenkt.
Now, if we live, I think we win. So we're just gonna run behind the island. Good stuff, Tay Nasty. And the Z2, the Z23 got the Baltimore. So it was I think it was an unnecessary sacrifice, but it was a sacrifice that helped win the game. If he misses the torps, it's definitely a bad play, but he got him, so it's all good. We got the capture points. We did what needed to be done. Now, I could be selfish and shoot here, but if I go down, it's a near 100-point swing. I don't know exactly. What does it say? Plus 50, minus 50, minus 85-point swing? Okay. So yeah, we're just going to run, get the W for our team, secure the victory, and finish off the perfect talking point for the video of how just busted. I mean, a Tier 6 cruiser should not be able to do this. Now, I played my ass off, I'm not going to lie. And like we said, any Billy Bob that gets his hands on the ship is not going to be God. It's not going to turn you into a God tier player. I still took a Citadel from a Gneiss now earlier. I still got Dev struck from a Talon, you know, screwing around with, you know, testing out the armor. So the armor, you know, you can still get blapped. But at range, I feel like battleships just overpen you. And that with that turtle back, you know, it's very easy to not get damaged playing it, you know, as a mid-ranged passive just spammer. Now, if you're super aggressive, then you know you could take a punishment. But I told Hipper to get this ship. He did, and he did his thing to it, and he's loving it. So you can play it as an agile, close-range, you know, attack cruiser that he does with all his builds. You can play it as a mid-range. You can play it as a back-range kiter. I've seen people with 19-kilometer range on this thing. There's no true weaknesses of the ship other than the driver putting it in the wrong position. And you know, if you put a Shimakaze in the middle of 18 radar cruisers, you know, that's like saying the Shima's a bad ship because of it. No, it's not. It's the driver. So that's gonna wrap it up for me. Now, like we said, I don't mind power creep in games like this. You have to have it, but I think this was too much. Like the Kleber, while I definitely, you know, use buzzwords in my clickbait titles and things like that, the Kleber, I think is okay. Maybe a like 10 seconds to torp reload would maybe make it a little more balanced, but the Kleber is all right. It just doesn't really have a counter. You know, the Kleber is like a 2 or 3 on the power creep scale, where this thing's like a 20. You know, it's a tier 6 Cleveland without a heal, but you give it torps and a sonar that can it's half a radar, you know what I mean? So let's check the scoreboard and go ahead and roll up the video there. We'll throw it up on YouTube today. So GG to everyone on my team. We kind of threw that, you know, we were throwing that, but we brought it back and made some smart plays there. I mean, we charged 3 cruisers. There's a 3,400 base. That's 2 games in a row. Look at the last game that I'm going to put up sometime. I mean, it's just insane what this ship can do. Like, I'm averaging, like, what, 3,400 XP per game? It's just nutty. So that's a GG, you know, pure victories there, except for 1 game against some subscribers. It's just, I don't know. That Baltimore looked like he played well, too, so GG to him. But, yeah, that's the end of the game, or the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm probably going to do a whole separate video on Legendary Tier and the talking points upon that, but I think the game is in an alright state, but you add the ship like this week, you add another overpowered ship next week, you add an overpowered ship at Legendary Tier, something like that, and all of a sudden you have this rolling snowball effect of just overpowered power creep, you know, that makes the ships, you know, a new player. Why would I grind the American or the German tech tree line? I can just buy a tier 6. And I understand wargaming is a business. I've always said this. I don't have a problem with them making money, but I want them to do it in a way that keeps me happy, as well as the regular player. Now, you know, most people don't have a 68, 69% win rate, so, you know, I understand that my opinions may be a little, you know, a decent player can play well on a decent ship, but this is far from this. This ship has ultimate carry potential, so. Anyway, I'm done blabbering. You guys enjoy the video. Like it, subscribe, comment down below. AA run out. Peace.